Hey guys, welcome back to the Hardcore FNAF channel. On today's video, I have got a question for you guys. If there is anybody out there that knows anything about roofing, and this is a little bit different kind of roofing, not your just regular normal house. I've got some questions on what I need to do here. So, need to come up with a way that is affordable, first of all, and is practical and easy to do. And probably the best thing to do is just to take you up on the roof and show you what we're dealing with here exactly. Like I said, this is kind of different than your standard just, house with shingles and stuff. That I know how to do. I mean, that's not that big of a deal. And I've got some ideas for stuff up here as well, but I just haven't experienced this at all. I don't know anybody that has, and I thought, well, shoot, as many of you guys as watch the channel, probably more than likely there'll be somebody out there that actually has a little bit of experience with this and could maybe give me some pointers on what to do. So I figured what I'd do is just take you guys up here real quick and show you. We've been working on the building, this FYI if you haven't noticed. Got a lot of stuff done here and still have way large amounts of stuff left to do, but we're making progress. If you guys haven't checked out Julie's channel yet, she's got more stuff of what we've been doing over there. Her channel is That Rust Life on YouTube. She's also got a webpage that she's calling that too, and she's got a bunch of history on the building here. So let me get climbed out here on the roof and I will show you guys what I'm talking about. All right, so we got pretty easy access up onto the roof through that window right there. And this area right here that I'm walking on is over our office area and our man cave area. This area is pretty well flat. Now, there is kind of a ponding issue right in this area, and it kind of actually goes from the front of the building back to the main building back there, the big tall part. So it's kind of a bad scenario that the water is running that way. I would much rather it run this way because this roof over here is actually sloped and it drops probably about 1.5 feet or so. And it also slopes to that far corner. You can see over there as well, there's a little bit of a gap where the water is running off the end of the building. So, and originally, there was also a couple of drains here. I'll show you those in a second as well. So it's not completely flat there. So I've got some ponding issues right here in the front along this parapet wall, and then a ponding issue right back in this area right here. But the structure here is all concrete, and there is a few cracks and stuff in it. I mean, it's 100+ years old, so obviously it's going to have a few cracks in it, but it's still extremely structurally sound. I mean, you don't feel any movement. It doesn't look like there's any signs of any movement or anything like that. So I think all we really need to do is just get some kind of a coating, or maybe a rubber roof would be the best way to go. I don't know. There again, this is where I need your guys' help on this situation to try to figure out what it is that we're actually doing. And now there's a train coming, tracks run right behind the building. So I guess I'll hold up for just a second and let that get by so that we can continue talking about this. All right, I got a few more shovels of stuff off of here while the train was going by, but you can see what we're dealing with here. The old school method, tar paper and tar scenario is what we had up here on the roof originally. I would like to go with something that is going to be a little less maintenance and maybe last a little bit longer or something like that. So one of the things that I was kind of thinking about maybe trying to do is a 100% silicone that you could just roll on basically over the top of the concrete. I don't have any personal experience with it, like I said myself. I'm not talking about the old latex style or acrylic style roofing. I'm talking about 100% silicone. So I should last a long time. They're actually saying on the cans that I've looked at and stuff of those that they last like 50 years. And honestly, in 50 years, I'm probably not going to care about what's going on up here on this roof. It'll be Connor or somebody else's problem at that point, right? So anyways, don't necessarily have to last 50 years, but that would be nice. Never have to mess with it again. So that's kind of what we're dealing with here. I've also, like I said, there is some cracks and stuff in here, and I don't know how important it would be to go ahead and try to seal those cracks up with something. There's also some silicone products that I'd seen to be able to do that, and do that before we actually put any kind of roofing or anything down on top of this. I don't know if that's a necessity or not, or what we should really do there. Well, we got the last of the little bit of stuff that was up here as far as the main stuff up here off yesterday, and then it started raining on us, so we didn't get a chance to actually sweep up everything. But the majority of all the big stuff is gone up here, and since we had the rain, it actually gives me an opportunity to show you guys kind of where this ponding issue and situation is happening up here now. So you can see that's the front of the building. It's kind of sloping that way into the, you know, big tall part of the building. That's not a very good scenario in my opinion. I would think we'd want it to go the other way if it was going any direction at all. So there's that, and you know, the obvious ponding issue, of course. But then over here on this side, we've got some more ponding issue like I was telling you about by this parapet wall, you know, all along the front here. So you can see there's a low spot over there and a low spot here, and that's because those little caps that you see right there, a little thing sticking up there and right there, are a cap that was over a drain originally. So the roof kind of has a natural little, you know, spot there that they built in to drain the roof off of in those two locations, but now there is no drain. It's been capped off, and now the water just sits there, which sounds like a horrible idea to me as well. So you get most of the water running off and going down over here, because in that corner there, it's actually lower than everywhere else up here on the roof, but you have those two little spots there that are going to continuously be a problem, I'm sure. So I don't know if I should do something to try to build that area up and try to slope it, you know, back on over to that corner some more, or if I should go ahead and open those up and put the drains back in that were up here originally. My problem with that is that those pipes would then be hanging inside the room down there in my main shop area that I want to be working all the time. And even though I don't, you know, plan on it being too cold in that room, I'm not going to be able to guarantee that it would not freeze at some point, or potentially freeze. And then if it froze and cracked, then I'm looking at a whole scenario of dumping a lot of water off of this roof straight into my shop. And that does not sound like a good idea to me at all either. So I really don't know what to do with this for sure. And I need to come up with a game plan pretty quick so that we can kind of get this, you know, figured out and going forward. So if anybody has any first-hand experience with this kind of stuff, I would greatly appreciate, you know, some info if you've got any to pass on to me. So you can hit me up, leave me a comment down below, DM me on Instagram, Facebook, something like that, whatever you want to, or even if you go to the Hardcore Fab webpage, you can find my phone number on there and give us a holler that way as well. So that's kind of where I'm sitting at up here on the roof. And I guess also, if you guys want to follow along with any more of the stuff that's going on here on the building stuff, don't forget to check out Julie's channel again over at That Rust Life. She's got a bunch of stuff that she's working on over there, and she's been trying to make more videos even currently as we speak. So go over and check that out. And I guess that's all I got for you guys today. I appreciate you guys watching, and I appreciate any info that you guys might have in advance. So thanks. See you guys next time.